Well, exactly 7 minutes past 10 and 21 seconds. You're hooked on to Direct Dilse with me, Jimmy, on the hot seat right till 1 o'clock. And the word Direct Dilse means heart-to-heart conversations, heart-to-heart expressions, heart-to-heart engagement, and dil khol ke baat karna. That's what we always say. Today, something very, very close to my heart. She's been a journalist for over 23 years. She started writing fictions and translating them into both Bengali and English since 2007. An impassioned writer, well, her most recent novels deal with real-life issues, both fiction and non-fiction. She has about 8 Bengali novels for kids that have been published and about 25 short stories for both children and grown-up. She has scripted a graphic novel in English titled The Ghost of Ghosen Bagan, which is based on Shishendu Mukhopadhyay's Bengali novel Ghosen Baganer Bhoot. She has translated into English many of Narayan Devnath's classic comic creations, Nante Fante, as well as novels by Shishendu Mukhopadhyay and Sunil Gangopadhyay. She has translated Shashi Tharoor's popular novel, The Great Indian Novel, into Bengali titled Abar Mahabharat. And she's won our hearts. She has always been a lady, go-getting, smiling, bringing about happiness wherever she goes. And I've known her always smiling. Yes, that lady, Jimli Mukherjee Pandey, unfortunately, she's not there anywhere with us, but that beautiful thought, the feel, the lovely smiling face lives on. And today, with me live on Restream, I'd like to welcome Mr. Ramesh Pandey, husband of the late Jimli Mukherjee Pandey. I wouldn't say late because she's always there in our lives, and it's so. Yes, it's. I just want to ask you a question, Ramesh. Today we are talking about the novels, the writing, and everything. Your late wife has been released. 10th of June was the birth anniversary where a novel was released. What would you like to tell us about your thoughts right now?
So this whole thing happened. The most unfortunate thing. I never expected my wife to physically not being around just at the age of 49 when she had several plans, especially for the Bengali literature. She wanted the Bengal to be there right at the global map. She was trying to globalize the Bengali literature because I always found her growing up reading Bengali literature more than English literature. She felt that Bengal is rich not only in literature but also in culture. However, due to very few publishers in Bengal, we had to heavily rely on the publishers which are actually based out of Kolkata. So when this particular book by Amar Mitra, again a very renowned author who won Sahitya Academy Award in 2006, and he was invited to Kazakhstan to promote the Bengali literature. He found very difficult to promote Bengali literature over there because English is something which is a universal language. So when he was advised by the president of Kazakhstan that why don't you get your books translated into English. So when he was back from Kazakhstan, hello, Jimmy, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Jimmy.
Hear me now? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yes, Jimmy, I can hear you. I
Okay,
can hear
this
you.
is perfect. Now there's no echo.
Right.
Okay, we were hearing you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, there's
Yeah.
suddenly a delay. Do you have any speakers on?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. Okay, great. Just one sec. Now, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. No, I can't hear you.
Now, can you hear me clearly? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, Rameshji, uh, so much across. There's so much being said. There's so much being put forward. You've spoken from your heart. You know, you've actually expressed yourself, and you've actually told us a little bit. Now, as I'm saying, there's so much she has done. There's so much she spoke and she kind of encouraged in terms of novel writing. So, on this day today, how do you feel with her novels being released on the birth anniversary, which was on the 10th of June? And what is the feeling that she's living right there in memories through her writings, through her books, and through all the closeness?
Yeah, Jimmy, you hear me, Jimmy?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, Jimmy, my relationship, my partnership with Jim Lee was just over more than 23 years. And in those 23 years, we met because of our profession. She was a journalist. I was from the management side. But can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So she always got thrill in writing, be it through journalism or through writing books. However, in the last 8-10 years, her focus was more into promoting Bengali literature. She always felt that language should not stop Bengali literature to deserve to actually achieve what other newspapers have, what other what other languages, other novels written in English did achieve. So apart from writing her own original novels, she was always on the lookout of promoting some beautiful scripts like Manavi Bandyopadhyay. When Penguin decided to do a biography on Manavi Bandyopadhyay, India's first transgender college principal, they only approached Jim Lee because through her writings in newspapers, she got so much of appreciation that she actually started feeling how these people they actually feel and they actually want to live a very normal life.
Great. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a call out on the phone. You stay on the visual, and I'm going to talk to you on the phone with you being noticed. Okay? So I'm just dialing out to you.
Yeah. Yes, Jimmy.
Yeah, hold on. You
Yeah.
stay online as well as I'll take you on phone. One sec. Well, Ramesh, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Superb, superb. Okay, Ramesh, now there's no echo and we are perfect. I can see you and I can hear you also via telephone as well as on the visual right there. So tell me, how are you feeling today, Ramesh, with so much happening and Jim Lee actually creating waves? I know she's not there anymore. On behalf of my entire team, of course, from our hearts, we offer our condolences. I know life is tough. I know how hard it's to lose people who are really, really close, and sometimes life goes into turmoil. But on the other side, she's done so much for literature, for novels, for books. She's expressed her heart out, and she's always going to be living on. And I'm sure there's so much she wanted, and somewhere or another her dreams are all coming alive right through her novels, her books and her writing. So again I ask you the question, which was a little bit of echoing last time. How is the feeling that she's not there but she's still there with these beautiful words she expresses in the novels? She's converted. Your thoughts?
Jimmy, I lost her on 20th December last year. And for at least 5 months, I had sleepless nights. I couldn't sleep because somebody with whom I have had 23 years of partnership. We started together because of our profession. We met in the office where I was also working, and she was a journalist there. She found out everything about me. I had a very humble beginning, Jimmy. I never even dreamt of reaching what I have achieved today in life. And I would like to give this credit only to Jim Lee, because she believed in me. She believed in whatever she did all her life. She was in Loreto. Even when she was in Loreto, she used to contribute short poems, short stories. She would personally go and give those poems to Mr. Ravindra Kumar of Statesman. She would tell me that how she was fascinated and how she was carried away with this very idea of changing the world with her pen. Even when she was in class 9, she always dreamt of writing a book one day. She never thought that her dreams would be fulfilled. She got a job in a very respected and a leading newspaper of this country. Jimmy, you also started a career in the same office, even when radio stations were not there. And people would listen to you because you were, I believe, country's one of the first radio jockeys. And Jim Lee was also country's first lady journalist. Because those days in newspaper, the women were given the desk job. They were not given the job of a journalism, because journalism required lots of investigation. Going around in the night, she would do night duties as well. Nowadays, the life has become very easy for the print media, at least, as they are listening to radio, watching television all the time. So there is no reason that why a newspaper could not carry what the whole world is aware of. But in those days, breaking a story would always give Jim Lee a thrill. And she would always do offbeat stories. One of the stories that she had done almost 8 years ago, that was carried as an anchor story in Times of India, where she had written something about the red light area. And a very respected movie house, production house, got in touch with Jim Lee. That gave Jim Lee a kick that if somebody, with the help of that anchor story that got published in Times of India, and a film can be made, why not write a novel on it?
The sound is suddenly gone off. Your voice has gone off. Just check.
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
I can hear you. What about you?
Yes, I can hear you
me?
clearly right now. Absolutely.
Okay. So, when this filmmaker from Mumbai had a meeting with Jim Lee, I was also present. And this meeting happened in Press Club, Kolkata, where this filmmaker offered a signing amount to Jim Lee, requesting Jim Lee to elaborate the story that had got published in Times of India as an anchor story. Jim Lee refused to write a script for the film. If I was there in a place, I would have accepted that offer because that was a very lucrative offer. But I have been always from the management side. So I was always from the management side, so I always gave importance to business.
Okay.
Whereas Jim Lee never gave importance to business. To her, something which is of her own, which is creative in nature, should be highlighted, irrespective of whether it is doing good or bad. Then she realized that if filmmaker has approached her to do a scripting, why not write a book? Then she started sending the synopsis to a couple of leading publications. She also wrote to Shashi Tharoor.
Okay.
And Shashi Tharoor was excited. And he said that, Jim Lee, I am putting you to David Davedar of Aleph Rupa. And David Davedar heard out the entire script and he immediately suggested Jim Lee that you are doing this novel with us. And that is how Not Just Another Story was born. A very prominent book. As far as Manavi Bandyopadhyay is concerned, India's first transgender college principal of Krishnanagar College, Jim Lee has been writing on transgender and their issues from time to time. So Penguin did their research and they got in touch with Jim Lee and they requested Jim Lee to do a biography on Manavi.
Okay.
And Jim Lee was not very convinced about it. She said that doing a 500-word story or 700-word story is easier for her, but doing a full novel by speaking to Manavi Bandyopadhyay, because you know that today she would say something, tomorrow she would deny.
Right.
And that is how, and she would get frustrated at times, and she would say that, Ramesh, I can't take this anymore.
But she took it, she did it, she wrote the book, and it was exceptional. You know, a gift of Goddess Lakshmi. That was the title of the book. And it's amazing. And of course, currently, you know, just on her birth anniversary, another book was released, you know, which is truly amazing. And this is called Dhana Patir Char.
Dhana Patir Char, yes.
This is by Amar Mitra's book, which was translated and put across this one. And Amit Ghosh says, great book. We have on YouTube someone who's read it and saying it's a great book. So I think a lot of closeness comes in. Tell me, just about 6 months have passed, you know. She is iconic. She'll be always there. To me also, she's there. You know, it's not, she's not there. She is there. Her smiling face, her energy, her zest to do something. For you, I know, you know, you're an amazing guy. Whenever I've seen you with Josh. And I still remember in the month of December when this happened, you were still sending messages for work, and you were still going about doing your work, which is hats off, and a big salute to you and a big salute to her. Because I always say, a lot of close people will come and go, but life goes on forever, and we must carry on with that spirit. But tell me, the novels and so much she's written, what is the best thing you like about that? Something which you will always love, you will never forget, and it'll always be close to your heart.
I mean, I don't know how she managed to take out so much of time. I mean, there are only 24 hours in a day.
Absolutely.
And she could manage 48 hours out of those 24 hours. I mean, she would sleep only for 4 hours in the night, get up early in the morning, she would start writing, and then she would wake us up, she would make Vaibhav, our son, study. I never ever cared what our son actually did, right from lower KG till class 9. Now I am facing that problem that how Jimmy was managing deadlines, working with the leading newspaper of this country, managing deadlines, working with the most respected publishing houses of this country, giving them novels on appropriate time, ensuring that Vaibhav does well in his exams, ensuring that I reach office on time and perform to the best of my ability. So I don't know how did she manage Jimmy. Trust me,
Absolutely.
I'm facing lots of problems.
No, I'm
But
sure.
yes,
I'm
she's
sure.
around.
I'm sure with your Josh and she always being there with you, around, I always say, how is, okay, let me put it this way, how is Papa Ramesh Pandey managing? Honestly, because Sunday is Father's Day, and they, children always say, Papa, tusi great ho, So how is Papa Ramesh Pandey managing? I know it's tough, it's not easy to express yourself, but as I always say, memories will always be there within us, and those memories are so live and real. They say the care and the love for someone, that someone will always be around you. Maybe you may not be able to see the someone, but the someone will always be around you. And Ramesh, you're still that young, you're still that go-getting, you're still that smart guy I always known and will know. So, as a papa and as Papa Ramesh Pandey, what would you like to say?
Jimmy, I'm a person who is early to bed, early to rise.
Oh, I hope I haven't pulled you. I mean, it's
No.
11:15 nearly.
Yeah, I know. But now I have also taken the responsibility of Jimmy. So, performing mother's role, I'm trying to the best of my ability to perform what Jimmy would do, because Jimmy would never ever get tired of anything, Jimmy.
So where would she get the energy? Was it from you?
I don't know from where it used to come. Of course not from me, because I would simply doze off after 10 o'clock.
And she would
was
be
the
awake
one-
and doing a lot.
Yeah, and she was the one who would remain awake till 1:30 to make Vaibhav study, and then they would watch Satyajit Ray's movies in the night,
Wow.
and they would have dinner together. And then they would wake up before me. I don't know from where Jimmy would get her energy from. I certainly got my energy from Jimmy. Nowadays, I can't afford to go off to bed as early as I could, because I had to make sure that I don't let my wife down.
Absolutely.
She has left a very big responsibility.
Not only
behind.
that, and she's left a deep impression with the way she used to work, and you're trying to follow her footsteps the way she used to do it.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so here, I think, with due credit, I think somewhere or another, all the papas owe a huge salute also to all the mamas, somewhere or another, because
Absolutely.
many of us are what
Absolutely.
we are thanks to our wives, you know, uh, in life, in heart, in our memories, whichever way we look at it. Uh, Ramesh, I really appreciate you coming live today and talking about your late wife and the impression and the closeness she's brought about. And let me tell you one thing is, I know when we lose a close one, trust me, they may be in another world, but they are always with us. You will feel something which is undescribable, but the person is there with you. The person is there with you, thick and thin, right through in this world. And I think that's what a closeness bond is all about. So it's never far away. It's always close to our hearts. And
Jimmy,
To
yeah,
me,
I
I would
would
often
often
tell
tell myself,
myself, and
and
once
once
I
I
had
had
mentioned
mentioned
this
this
to
to
my
my
son
son
as
as
well,
well,
that
that
had
had
I
I
passed
passed
away,
away,
I mean, life
life
would
would
have
have
been
been
far
far
more
more
easier
easier.
because what
What
mothers
mothers
can
can
do,
do,
fathers
fathers
can
can
never
never
ever
ever
do
do
those
those
things.
things.
We
We
always
always
undermine,
undermine,
we
we
always
always
underestimate
underestimate
that
that
it's
it's
we
we
who
who
are
are
running
running
the
the
houses,
houses,
but
but
no,
no,
it
it
is
is
not
not
us.
us.
Just
Just
because
because
you're
you're
going
going
out,
out,
doing
doing
work
work
in
in
the
the
office,
office,
they
they
are
are
also
also
doing
doing
the
the
same
same
thing.
thing.
And
And
they're
they are
coming
coming
back
back
with
with
lots
lots
of
of
energy,
energy
and
and
they
they
are
are
not
not
only
only
taking
taking
care
care
of
of
you,
you,
but
but
the
the
entire
entire
family.
family.
entire family and doing the house chores and
Absolutely.
everything. In fact, I they say na, men are very powerful. I would say women are the most powerful. And we have
Absolutely.
Moinak Roy saying greetings from London on the Facebook Live. Moinak, thank you so much for joining us. Koil is also joined us. I think Koil has joined us from Pune. We have a lot of people who are watching us and hearing us. Ramesh, uh, what in today's world, would you like to tell people across the world who's listening to you, listening to us? You've described, your wife so beautifully. Not just about her writings, her publications, but about a human being, a person, the kind of energy, never getting tired, looking after the entire household, taking care of the son, ensuring that everybody is looked after, as well as, concentrating on her work, getting up early in the morning, writing her books, and carrying on again, getting out and moving for work. How would you like to describe her?
I
I
can
can
only
only
say
say
to
to
all
all
the
the
listeners
listeners
of
of
Friends
Friends
FM,
FM,
with
with
folded
folded
hands,
hands,
please
please
do
do
not
not
ignore
ignore
your
your
family.
family.
Never
Never
ever
ever
do
do
that.
that.
Always
Always
value
value
their
their
contributions.
contributions.
We
We
often
often
take
take
them
them
for
for
granted.
granted.
We
We
give
give
so
so
much
much
of
of
importance
importance
to
to
ourselves,
ourselves,
to
to
our
our
careers.
careers.
Absolutely.
But
But
please
please
remember
remember
one
one
thing:
thing,
what
what
is
is
destined to
destined to
happen
happen
will
will
always
always
happen.
happen.
Absolutely.
Why
Why
neglect
neglect
your
your
family?
family?
Never
Never
ever
ever
do
do
that
that.
because
Because
life
life
suddenly
suddenly
has
has
become
become
so
so
unpredictable,
unpredictable,
especially
especially
post
post
COVID.
COVID.
We
We
have
have
seen
Absolutely.
seen
people
people
losing
losing
their
their
dear
dear and
near
near
ones.
ones.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
I
would
would
only
only
say
say
one
one
thing:
thing,
please,
please,
apart
apart
from
from
your
your
work,
work,
do
do
not
not
spend
spend
time
time
with
with
anybody
anybody
else.
else.
Go
Family.
back home, spend
Absolutely.
time with your children, spend time with your wife, spend time with your parents. At
At
the
the
end
end
of
of
the
the
day,
day,
these
these
are
are
the
the
people
people
who
who
are
are
going
going
to
to
look
look
after
after
you.
you.
We
Absolutely.
don't have right now those people who would care for us. You
Ab-
have, please value their contributions in your life.
Absolutely. Ramesh
Your
ji.
career has no meaning if your family is not around. If your
Your
family
family
is
is
there,
there,
everything else is there. Career will come and go, but your family members, once
once
you
you
lose
lose
them,
them,
you
you
will
will
never
never
ever
ever
get
get
them
them
back.
back.
So
Absolutely.
with
With
folded
folded
hands,
hands,
I
I
am
am
requesting
requesting
all
all
the
the
listeners
listeners
of
of
91.9
91.9
Friends
Friends
FM,
FM,
please
please
value
value
your
your
family.
family.
Please do not take them for granted. Your existence has some meaning. Please serve them appropriately.
Absolutely. Ramesh, I know it because 2 years ago I lost my dad, and suddenly life becomes, I still can't, kind of come to terms, but life goes on. And I know what the feeling is. Someone who's kind of held your hand and brought you up, and suddenly no more. Rameshji, first of all, I really appreciate you coming on and speaking your heart out. Very few people would have done that, what you did tonight, coming and speaking your heart out and expressing yourself so clearly. But all our good wishes are for you and everybody in your family. And remember, one thing is, I always believe, the close ones are always there close to us. They may not be here, but they are looking down from above and saying, ye karo, wo karo, aisa karna hai. Arey Ramesh, tu kya kar rahe ho, And sometimes you'll be hearing a voice also. Trust me, it happens. Trust me, it happens. Many time I feel my dad also. I sometimes wonder ki, arey, kahan se, what happened? So I think there is something. People who are close to you, people who love you, will always be there for you, no matter what. Today maybe in this world, today maybe in another world, they'll always be there. Yes, Rameshji, please tell me.
I can experience that, Jimmy, because for the last 23 years, I would transfer my entire salary to my wife's account, and I would depend for my pocket money. Today also, I'm still scared of my wife, that she's there, she's keeping an eye on my expenses.
Yes, so make sure you don't spend too much. Otherwise, suddenly, kahan se you will have this thing in your ear, kya kar rahe ho, itna kyo kharcha kar rahe ho.
I can't afford to do that because I know Jimli is watching me very closely.
And I'll tell you, whenever I met her, I don't know, I think her face was always with a smile. Bhagwan created her that she would be always smiling. I've never seen her maybe you've seen her in a gussa mood, but I've never seen her in a gussa mood.
No, I've seen her in Durga avatar, Kali Ma's avatar. I've seen it in various avatars. Because 23 years, Jimmy, though it was a very short period, because I expected that we are going to celebrate our golden jubilee together.
Absolutely.
And there were great plans, because I never married her because she was going to leave me so soon. But then once I came to this term that she's around. She hasn't left you. She's keeping an eye on you.
Absolutely.
She's keeping an eye on all your activities. So I am still living the way I used to live when Jimli was around. So to me, Jimli has never ever left us. She's still there.
It is amazing right from the heart, because I think you've sent across a beautiful message. Be with your family, care for them. You never know, when what happens. And trust me, today's life is so unpredictable. Aaj hai, kal nahi. And this song by John Legend, which I always say, if tomorrow never comes, then what happens?
Absolutely.
Pal, pyar ke pal, kal ho na ho.
Correct.
And even a couple of days ago, KK, who we lost, who knew? So life is very unpredictable. We should value our loved ones. We should spend as much as time with them. Even if we feel कि यार बहुत busy है life. अरे life क्या busy है? I think we should be busy for our loved ones. Always. And be there for our loved ones no matter what. Careers will come, careers will go, money will come, money will go. Because यार जब हम जाएंगे तो पैसा थोड़ी साथ ले जाएंगे. जब हम जाएंगे तो हमारा रोलेक्स वॉच या क्या क्या कहाँ ले जाएंगे? गाड़ी नहीं ले जा सकते. हम लोग जब जाएंगे, they say dust to dust. That's where we come and that's where we go to. But Ramesh, I really appreciate your thoughts. A big salute to Jimli. The way you acknowledge the work, her beauty, her thought, her care, everything. Wishing you and family all the love, all the closeness, all the warmth for years to come. And remember, one thing is, Jimli is just there beside you. Though I can't see her, I can see her. So wish you all the best. Happy Father's Day for Sunday. Live life, love life, care for life. And thank you so much for joining us once again. Really appreciate it. God bless and do take care. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night. Well, that was Mr. Ramesh Pandey. He lost his wife last year in December. An amazing journalist, an amazing publisher, an amazing writer. And today he was speaking his heart out about her. So much happens in life, but we can never express it or talk about it. But when I look at life, I really want to say to a lot of people out there, because so much has been said, so much has been expressed. We always strongly believe and we always strongly care. And saying a big hello to Jim Lee, saying a big hi to Jim Lee. Keep smiling and be the way you are. Life goes on. Life will always go on. And Ramesh, wishing you all the love and the best wishes.
हम रहे